That was the main instructor. Now they did have a couple of individuals come in and talk to us, but those individuals were in essence federal agency recruiters, FBI, right, DEA, the Border Patrol, the police, veterans that are in the police force. Again, they allowed us to speak to other individuals that have just transitioned from one uniform to another, right? That was the biggest thing. It's a much easier jump to go from being in the military to be a federal agent or to be a cop, right? It's not really different. The mission's different. That's pretty much it. The mission's different. Different uniform, mission's different. But that's not everybody's story. Not everybody wants to go from being a Marine to being a cop, right? From being a Marine to having a badge, right? And that's where it gets lost in translation. So you're almost putting all of us in one basket. Like, hey, you served in the military. Great. Congratulations. You can now go get a badge in either the federal branch or local branch or state branch relatively easily. And yes, there's facts to that if that's something you're passionate about. But again, that is not the story for most. And I think putting us all in that one basket, that one group, limits the ability for us to see outside the box. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it kind of hinders the confidence to some to think they have other options out there because you're going from one service job to another service job, and that's what we're being kind of like molded to become the next generation of service members, but this time at the federal or state or city level.
Interesting. So you were saying, in your opinion, that the officers that you've encountered, their transition is completely different than the enlisted side than yours was. Is it almost like we're going to go right back into the workforce? Is that what they're preparing us for? Or is it not preparing us for small business?
Correct.
It's not preparing us to be a boss per se. It's, hey, go back to the 9 to 5 because that's where we need you at.
That is correct. 100%. It's almost as if we're being herded towards being the workforce, not in the leadership positions. You're talking about a more educated enlisted military branch than we've ever had before. There are more enlisted individuals now with college degrees than we have in our officer counterparts. I know more enlisted Marines who were doctors or had master's degrees than the officers who they served under. But yet, that's the only difference. The only difference between an officer and an enlisted is one went to college before serving. That is the difference. Imagine being in the military enlisted, not only having to accomplish the mission, but pursuing your education as well and getting your degree and still being treated as if like your intellect is not on the same level as that of somebody who happened to go to school before you did, right? Like, make it make sense. And I think taking that approach has limited the value of our enlisted military individuals who have put into work while serving.